And welcome to NAB Show 2013. My name's John Pratchett. This is a broadcast show live from the Teradek booth here at NAB. We've got lots of guests coming up over the next 45 minutes, so stay tuned, lots of fun about to happen. Well, I'm here at the Teradek booth here at NAB 2013. This is Broadcast Show Live, and we're going to be doing a 45-minute live spot for the next 3 days, starting today here from the Teradek booth. And we're going to be talking to guests, we're going to be talking to manufacturers, exhibitors here about what they're showing here at NAB Show 2013. So let's get the ball rolling. First of all, I've got David Springall with me. Hi, David.
Hi.
Now, David, you are from Yospace.
That's correct.
And we've met a few times and we've interviewed you, but for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about Yospace.
Okay, so what we do is advanced simulcast technology. So that's streaming over the web, and the advanced piece is that we can replace or insert advertising or other content within the live stream, and we can do that in a frame accurate basis and completely seamlessly. So you'd feel that you're watching standard broadcast video, but the advertising that we're replacing is actually directly targeted and personalised to you as an individual. Right.
So you can specify the adverts that go out based on region, based on other criteria.
Completely arbitrary. Completely arbitrary, using the broadcaster's existing ad network or ad server and audience tracking technology. Yeah. So they can use that. They can slice their audience up however they like. And then our bit effectively is the mechanic of getting those advertisements into the stream as seamlessly as possible.
Right. So this service that you offer, is it? Do they have to buy kit? Do they have to buy software? Is it a cloud-based service?
Yes, it's a cloud-based service. Yep. I mean, there are two parts to the solution. One is the encoding side, which we work with most of the leading encoding manufacturers, and that aspect is about conditioning the stream such that it's then submitted into our infrastructure, right? Which is a cloud-based service, which then does the integration with the ad server, which also typically is a cloud-based service as well, and the delivery of the video out through CDNs to the end-user devices.
Gotcha. Well, we have a short amount of time with everybody, but this is NAB. There's always new announcements. Mm-hmm. Any new announcements from Yospace?
Yeah, two things. One is that we've just announced that we now support smooth streaming, which is interesting because smooth streaming is associated with PlayReady, the DRM scheme, which is a Hollywood-approved DRM, so it allows us to do for the first time advanced simulcast replacement with Hollywood-grade DRM. We also have an announcement for our support with something called eSAM. It's a new cable lab specification that allows the encoding workflows to be standardized for this conditioning that I previously mentioned.
Right, so now this is going out live, and hopefully some people here are going to pop down and see us at the show, and they want to come and see you. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Do you know whereabouts you are?
Yes, we do. We're in, I'm glad I do, because South Upper, 8503. We're very close to, I think the biggest stand that's closest to us is the Atomos stand.
Brilliant. David, thank you for coming on. It's much appreciated. So people want to come and see you, they come and see you there. If they're watching this in the UK or somewhere else around the world and they can't get here, what's the best website they can go to find you?
Go to our website, it's www.yospace.com.
Brilliant, David. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
So, that's David. Go and have a look. We've had a look at their Yospace system a few times, and it's very impressive the way you can insert adverts, and they are specified to the viewer, which is absolutely great. So you can send up your normal stream, and in comes the adverts that you want to target to the right people. Now we're going to get our guests ready and we will have Raj Patel coming up from SGL in a minute. Before that, let me just mention the fact that we are kindly streaming live here from the Teradek booth, and we've got a couple of cameras, and we're going through, I believe it's the Teradek Q encoding system as well, and you're watching this via Ustream, so hopefully you're getting a great picture. We've even got a small jib in here, and I feel like I'm in a bit of a fishbowl, so we've got this nice glass room that we're in to keep the sound away. So we are, as you can see, there it is, look, that's the Teradek booth that I'm currently in, and I think you can just see Raj's head in the bottom of the screen. So here we are. Raj is with us. Hello, Raj. Good
Hi,
to
John.
see you.
Good
I'm going
to
to
see
shake
you.
your hand here, across here. I'm not used to doing this. You've got a nice, comfy sofa. Normally when I do this, people are sitting on little chairs and things.
I remember when I spoke to you last,
Yeah,
back at the studio in
absolutely.
Base.
So thank you for coming on.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated. This is the first live show coming out of NAB 2013, so you're right up the front of the queue here. Obviously SGL.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about SGL for those who don't know first.
SGL is an archive company. That's a generic term.
Yep.
We do the middleware that controlling systems like MAMs, automations,
Yep.
tell us to archive a piece of material, and we put it in the archive. When you need to restore it, we can bring it back to you. We have management tools that look after the material so that it moves around the tape.
Right.
So if we find a tape is deteriorating or
Yeah.
something's wrong with the tape, we move the material and we manage all that internally.
Right. So the systems that you provide are systems that you would take into a post house, production house, or something like
Post
that?
house,
Yeah.
large broadcasters,
Yeah.
so in the sports environment. And what's happened is that LTFS has been put forward as a standard. Previously, archives were proprietary.
Yep.
So once it was on a tape, only that archive could read it.
Sure.
Now, the LTO consortium have developed a format called LTFS.
Right.
It's a linear tape standard that writes on a tape, which you can read on a standalone tape drive, so that you can take the material. What we've done is taken that and enhanced it by developing a notification service, so that when the material arrives, your editor could say, "Oh, I can start working now."
Yep.
So the control system could subscribe to all these notifications that are happening. So your engineer wants to know, "Oh, why has this archive gone offline?"
Yeah.
And they know that it's gone offline.
Right.
Materials arrived. Someone's externalized the tape.
Yep.
So you know that the tape's gone out of the archive. So we've taken it forward from from just having, yes, now you can read the tape,
Yep.
to saying, actually, now I know what's going on in the archive.
Right. Okay. And if somebody's got some kind of system already, how well does your system integrate with current?
So we've got about 60 integrations going on,
Yep.
sort of with all the major MAM vendors,
Yep.
automation companies.
Yep.
And we're working also with the introduction of LTFS. We're working with people who actually build the drives, because we don't provide any hardware. We're just the software
Right, sure,
manufacturer.
yeah.
So all the vendors who actually make drive systems like HP, IBM, Cache, we actually work with them, Spectralogic, to interface with all of those as well. So
Right.
we're very sort of open. We're not
Yeah.
sort of tied to this vendor or that vendor. We remain very open.
Gosh, so somebody has a hardware solution in place already, and they want to enhance that. with
That's
the
right.
notifications, wanting to be able to track where things are. They can talk to you guys. And
Exactly.
You can come and wrap it with your
Exactly.
software.
Yeah, so
environment.
they can come to us and we're there available. So
Yeah.
we try to remain agnostic against,
Yeah.
we have many manufacturers come to us and say, well, do you do this? We say, well, we can do it to everyone.
Yeah.
So what we like to do to the customer is say, tell us who you're working with and we'll work with them to make sure that the interfaces are correct for them.
Brilliant. I'm going to ask the question, do you know whereabouts you are in this massive convention?
Yes, indeed. We're on the North Hall in
Yeah.
1520.
Brilliant.
Stand 1520.
And if people want to come and see you, they can obviously come and see you there. Is
Yes.
there anything new or
Well,
exciting to look at this
We've
year?
got the notification service,
Yep.
which is we've developed. The other big thing we've done is the amalgamation service, where instead of writing small files to a tape all the time, so your tape's constantly in use,
Yep.
we will take that and write it as a larger archive file, and then you can pick an individual file if you still want to restore it.
Right, gotcha.
So that saves on wear and tear on the tape,
Yep.
the drive, and just ease of use, so that you could set that job up in the evening when you're not needing to do other things.
Brilliant.
And then we have our partnerships with the likes of Avid and people.
Yep.
We're showing all of those as well.
Excellent. And again, I'm going to ask this of everybody: if they can't make it to the show, what's the best place they can get their information?
If they can come up to on www.sglbroadcast.com.
Brilliant, Raj. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
coming
John.
on. Much appreciated. So that is Raj. Again, go and have a look at their stand if you can get to the show. If not, have a look at their website. I think a link may have come up. If not, then Google them. I'm sure you'll find them. I'm just going to pull up my laptop to find out who we're talking to next. Oh no, we have an Australian coming on. This will suddenly get very raucous and loud any minute now as we wire him up. As we do that, just to remind you, especially those in the UK, that in May we will be doing the Broadcast Show live tour. We'll be touring the UK. We will be starting in Glasgow, Manchester, and then I think it's Bristol, Cardiff and London, not necessarily in that order. If you want to find out more, go to broadcastshow.com website, and I think it's /broadcastshow tour. Even so, you'll find it on our homepage. Now, I sense an Australian close by. Let's go and have a look. Oh, yes it is. We've got Jeromy Young here from Atomos. Hi Jeromy, good to see you.
Simon, how are you?
Yeah, excellent. Now, NAB.
NAB.
Atomos, always an exciting combination.
Our third NAB now.
It is your third NAB. And how's things been over the past 12 months with Atomos?
Fantastic. We've grown our customer base, and probably the most enjoyable part of that is that the customers are really into the products.
Yep.
We get amazing feedback that they love the updates we do, and that they keep getting a return on their investment.
Yeah.
And we're very pleased to announce some major new lineups.
Well, this is the place to start, I think.
And you are the first one.
We are first
for an NAB.
Yeah, absolutely. This is 20 minutes into the show. We are live. What we got?
Okay, so what I have here is called the Samurai Blade. There's a new Samurai on the block. And what he does is we've upgraded the screen.
Yeah.
This is a 2-year endeavour to try and find the best screen in professional video, and we believe we've done it.
Yeah.
We call it the Super Atom IPS panel, and it is amazing, super bright, super sharp, and the blacks are just amazing on this monitor. But we've also upgraded the operating system.
Yep.
Atomos 5, which is only on the blade, now adds a waveform. You can see the waveform monitor down in the corner there. We've adjusted the user interface to give you more headroom on the monitoring page, and you get all your normal focus peaking. So we add more tools to the mix.
And is it a slightly different aspect ratio to the?
It is. It's actually 16:9. The original Samurai was 14:9, and it had some black bars top and bottom. So we've gone for a perfect 16:9 screen, and this form factor, perfect for an EVF.
Yeah.
Nice and portable, still sits on top of the camera, but we've also added the big B and C's here.
Excellent.
A couple of other features. We've got a tally light on the side for
Nice.
when you're in recording, so it flashes on the screen like the other products, but it also gives you some indication that's wrong.
I'm also noticing that it looks like it has a screw mount on the top and on the bottom.
It does.
It does.
It does. So it can mount anywhere, and it also flips the screen. You can go horizontal as vertical as well.
Yeah.
And so this is a really nice update. It's $12.95. We've dropped the price of all of our products because we're getting the volume now, and also we want to make sure that customers are really happy with their purchase. So Ninja's dropped to $6.95, which is a huge announcement. 5D Mark III, we're showing that with clean uncompressed out. We've been developing that with Canon. And the normal Samurai is now $9.95, so that's dropped $600. So that's a really nice get into the high quality HD recording market.
What always impressed me with both the Samurai and the Ninja was the build quality. The case is strong and everything. Is it the same with the blade? The same?
Actually, even improved again.
Right.
We learned. We did most things right on the first few models, but we've strengthened the reinforcing behind the screen. We had a few customers smash their screen, so we've adjusted that. But in general, that's the production unit, so you can feel it in your hands. And our production level has gone up. We've got new machines. We've got new capability in that area.
And looking on that, the screen is staggering.
It's stunning, man. It really is. Come down and have a look at the waveform playing and working. There's one more product I want to show you just before you kick me off, which I'm sure you're going to. This is called the Connect AC.
Right.
We got a lot of feedback that people liked converters from other makers, but they didn't like that they had what we call a wall wart.
Yes.
With the plug there for the broadcasting infrastructure. So we've created an internal AC for this converter. And that really allows you to not have to worry about other plugs.
Yep.
You can plug it straight into your infrastructure. We have a rack mount unit, which is 4 of these together in a rack, and it just slides in. It's the same functionality as our Connect, which is our battery-powered version. But this really comes to the fore as a really good go-to for that workhorse conversion from HDMI to SDI. It's also a test pattern generator, and it's $295.
Wow. And so not having to worry about any external power adapter, voltage-wise 100 to 240, and you can just plug in a figure of 8.
A lot of safety standards needed to be met, so there's a bit of work in it. But we believe that this is, the world's leading converter for this space.
Excellent. And I'm going to have to ask, as far then as availability of these units to go?
So we're saying June. We hope to get them out end of May for the blade. They're going to production middle of May, so depending on QA testing, etc. This will be available at the end of April. It's already in production. Excellent. And obviously not that big a change, just putting it in a box, changing the, so we already have all the circuitry. It's getting easier to get products out, Simon, because we already have the base work.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, we're live. If people want to come and see you at the show, whereabouts will they find you?
We're down right in, but the best way to describe it is right in between Canon and Sony on the main strip opposite Nikon.
Excellent.
And you'll see us there.
So surrounded by the big boys there, pointing their way to you.
They're great partners for us. Our Japanese connections are very strong, and we're proud of that. And we've got 28 of all the new cameras on our booth, so you should the customers should come and check that out.
Brilliant. And I suspect on your nice new website we're going to find information about these as well.
You will, Atomos.com.
Brilliant. Jeromy, thank you very much
for
coming on. We'll come and see you later on today, I am sure. Thank you. I'm quite excited about that. We use Samurais a lot, and to have one with an amazing looking screen like that is quite exciting. I mentioned earlier about the broadcast show tour. Atomos will be on that tour with us. They are one of the exhibitors, and so if you're in the UK and you're just about to have your supper, put it in your diary to come and see us, and you'll be able to play, I'm sure, with the new Blade and all their new converters as well. Now we're going to get our next guest lined up, which is Peter from Haivision. And we've got Peter here. Hi, Peter.
Hey, John. Nice to meet you.
And you. Now, we've spoken before, I believe, on the live shows before. We haven't done the NAB before, so for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about Haivision, what you do.
Okay. Well, first of all, amazing setup. This is really, really perfect.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Okay. So Haivision is a company that develops hardware and software systems for internet media in the cloud, as well as enterprise media systems, right? So we do encoders, management systems, the full end-to-end pipeline for both within the enterprise and across the internet.
So if somebody has a piece of material that they need to get from one place to another, it needs encoding, you're the people to talk to and
we're really focused on the overall solution. Right. So it's not just one piece. It goes right from the capture through the management system to displays or devices anywhere.
So the solutions that you provide, are these software-based solutions?
It's hybrid. It's a hybrid. So it's hardware, right, as well as software-based appliances, let's say, management systems, video management systems, as well as cloud-based internet media transport solutions, right? So it's a full end-to-end ecosystem, and we're quarterbacking a lot of the new technology. There's a lot of excitement in our company and our audience, right, with things that we're releasing here at the show.
Okay, well, I think it's only fair, as we're live, that you talk about those.
Go on, right?
Go for it.
Okay, well, the first and most important thing is last year at NAB, we launched a product, the SaaS, software as a service, called HyperStream Live. HyperStream Live is an automated workflow, user-managed automated workflow for cloud transcoding, which is very cool, right? One of the hits at the show actually is an integration we've done with the NewTek TriCaster.
Oh, okay.
So straight from the TriCaster, you can hit HyperStream Live, and all of the presets, all of the workflow is automatically established.
Right.
So out of the TriCaster, you can have one high quality stream going up to the cloud, to the HyperStream Live, which runs on Amazon. And all the configuration is carried right through in a very easy workflow process.
Right.
So one of the cool things that we always try to do is make it easy for people. people. There's a lot of moving parts, and whether you're within an enterprise going across the internet, we try to simplify it. So this is really a cornerstone of the simplification. The next thing that we've done, and last week we announced Haivision Video Cloud. Haivision Video Cloud is a full management platform that goes right from a video website, a video portal, all the way back through the management system in the cloud, all the way back to premise-based encoders and gear, right? So it's a full ecosystem, online video platform, if you would like to call it, or from the web portal, video microsite, the player, all of the management in between, analytics, right back to the source encoder.
Amazing. Now, if people want to find out a bit more about these products, obviously you've got a stand here.
Yes, of course. We're in South Lower, booth 6605. Thank you, Jennifer. 6605. So we're right at just before the edge in South Lower, and you can't miss it because we have live sharks in the stand, which is
live sharks.
We're happy to have the sharks back at NAB. Well, Haivision, the company's name is Hai for European languages. It means shark. Haifisch in German is shark, for example. So there's a lot of shark spirit in our company. A lot of our products are called, have shark logos and stuff.
Understood. Obviously, people can come and see what you talked about there demonstrated.
Oh, absolutely.
And they can find out more.
We have both private and public demonstrations. So we're running a little theater, and it's actually the theater this year for us is very cool. It's very instructive. We have a lot of different guests coming in. Part of the Haivision Video Cloud is quarterbacked by our relationship with Akamai, right? And they're very strong supporters of our efforts. So they're going to be presenting. We're also in the Akamai booth and in the NewTek TriCaster booth, right? So we're really focusing on bringing together a lot of different components for the internet streaming ecosystem, right? There's also some cool technologies that we're bringing for premise-based operation as well. Our new Makito X2 encoder, right? The Makito has been a very famous H.264 HD encoder for many years. The next generation is the X2, which is on display at the booth. Very low latency, high quality encoder, as well as we have a new recording system, the Calypso, which can record 50 streams of high definition all at the same time. So we're really focused on capturing content, making it easy to work, and then getting it over the internet.
Peter, that's great. Now, obviously, we're live to the world here, so there's going to be a lot of people who aren't actually in Vegas and want to find out information about everything you've been speaking about. What's the best place they can find you on?
Well, certainly, there's a lot of learning going on in the world, right? And we have, of course, on our website, haivision.com. But we also, if people are interested, we have a global tour of roadshows throughout the States and Europe, and they can go on our website, check out High School, we call it High School for Haivision, and they can attend our seminars where they can learn how we bridge, enterprise-based systems with internet streaming.
Brilliant. Peter, thank you very much for coming on and talking to us about that. I will come and visit you as we walk around the show for the next few days.
We'll see you on Tuesday,
I believe we're going to come and see you on Tuesday as well.
From the booth on Tuesday.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Peter. Much appreciated. So that's Peter from Haivision, and the guests are piling in now as we go through, and we're going to be talking, let me just have a look up, we've got it here, we've got Paul Tapper from NuGeN, who's now getting himself ready to come on. And in the meantime, again, I'm just going to remind you, I'm going to be saying it a lot over the next few days about the Broadcast Show Tour. If you haven't seen anything about it, look at broadcastshow.com/broadcastshowtour. I'm just checking. I've just been told we've actually got a dedicated URL for it. It's broadcastshowtour.com. You'll find all the information you need there. Get yourself signed up, and you can come and see a lot of what we're talking about here and get your hands on it. Right, our next guest is ready. We've got Paul Tapper from NuGeN. Hello, Paul. Good to see you. Thank you for coming on.
Pleasure.
Now, for those who don't know, NuGeN, tell us a little bit about it.
That's NuGeN Audio. We're a software company. We produce software for post and for broadcast for measuring loudness in audio.
Right, and for those who don't know, explain why you need to measure loudness.
Okay. The CALM Act has recently been passed in the US and throughout Europe and the UK as well. There's other legislation which has come in, which says that the advert needs to have the same loudness level as the surrounding material.
Right.
up until now, it's always been that the programs are quieter, and then suddenly you're blasted by the adverts with the volume. So there's an agreed standard now for measuring loudness.
Right.
And so people have got to comply with the adverts being the right level to match the material around. But that requires new tools to measure that loudest level.
Yep.
So we provide tools for measuring the loudness, for the mix engineers, for the post engineers, and then also in ingest and broadcast.
Right.
And we also provide tools for fixing problems if there are any.
Right, so obviously if you've got advertising footage coming in from different suppliers, all at different levels, so you can not only measure it, but you can conform it to the correct standards.
Yeah, I mean you can try and solve this loudness mismatch problem at different stages in the production chain.
Yeah.
So typically people try and solve it at playout to start off with, but it's much better if you solve it earlier on in the production chain.
Yeah.
It's better if the creatives and the post have control over the loudness and the dynamics of the material rather than solving it later.
Gotcha.
So what you really want, you want the mix engineer and the post engineer to have access to the loudness levels while they're doing the mix, so that they're happy with the mix before it goes off and it's already compliant.
Right. So the system that you provide, is this a software-only solution, or is it a mixture of hardware?
It's software only. I mean, one of the things about the loudness measurement is that you have to measure an entire piece.
Right.
Even if you just do a 2-second edit in a 90-minute documentary, you have to re-measure the whole documentary to know what the overall loudness level is.
Right.
So you don't want to sit there for 90 minutes every time you do a 2-minute retake. So what you really want is an offline process. So it needs to be file-based, it needs to be software ready.
And as far as, obviously I've always been asked this, it's NAB, people tend to talk about new stuff. Is there things that we can hear new from you guys this year?
We do have a great new product that we're just working on at the moment, which is a multi-bank of loudness level meters. Right. So you can get up to 32 channels of loudness measurement going at the same time. And that's showing at the moment on the SSL desk stand.
Right. So if people want to find out and they're coming here, where can they come and see you guys?
Right.
I'm going to test you now.
Well, I've got it written down, so I've failed the test already. We're in the Southall SU8918.
Southall SU8918.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So obviously people can come and see you there. If they can't get to the show and they want to find out some more information,
they can certainly find us at www.nugenaudio.com.
Fantastic. Paul, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Much appreciate you coming on. Go and have a look at their website if you can't make it to the show. You probably, if you're in the UK, I suspect it's a little bit too late for you to pop over and have a look. You'll find out all the information, obviously, on their website. Now, am I right in saying I think we're going to play a small clip while we get our next guest ready? So if that's all queued up, have a quick look at this. So we're back, and funny enough, that was about Broadcast Show Tour, and we're plugging that quite a lot today. So if you haven't got it already, go and have a look at broadcastshowtour.com and get yourself signed up. We've got our next guest with us. It's Pascal from Thomson. Thank you very much for coming on, Pascal.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Hopefully you made it in before the rain hit.
Just before.
It's amazing. You're in the middle of the desert and all of a sudden...
It's like in the UK.
It's like in the UK. I felt right at home, as they say. Pascal, for a start, tell us a little bit about Thomson and what you do.
Okay, so we're talking about the broadcast business of Thomson, which is the transmitter part only, not the cameras and everything, which is another business. Yep. So this business got in trouble last year, and we took over this business. I'm running another company called Arelis, and I took over Thomson for the transmitter business. And we are making synergies between this broadcast business and the other radio frequency and high frequency type of businesses like military and other stuff to get engineering together and also sales together. So we took over this January 1st this year, and we are starting again. Thomson is back, as I said, and we took already some big contracts in Israel, for example. Right. We took a very large contract for multiplex for several TNT diffusion. Yep. And we are about to take other contracts also for the military business in France. So we are a French business based in near Paris.
So you're talking about transmission. Are we talking camera side transmission, or are we talking large scale?
No, we're talking about large scale, complete country. We are in high power type of transmitters. Of course, we sometimes have a mix between low power and high power type of transmitters, but we can cover a complete country. Wow.
So if people want to find out about areas where you can help them, talking about obviously transmission, so these are for a broadcast company, for example, that are looking, we want to set up, we want to get our content out to a massive wide area. Yep. This is the sort of systems that you guys provide.
This is we can do either only the transmitter, but also turnkey projects with everything, with the antennas and everything almost from the studio to the customer. Right. That way.
So if they're looking at an environment and think, how am I going to get my signal from here to here? This is what you guys can do.
And we can also map the country and look where we need to put the transmitters to have a complete coverage depending on the coverage the broadcast wants.
And as far as managing the legal side of putting transmitters up throughout a country, the radio spectrum that you're allowed to use, do you guys sort all that?
More or less. I mean, the customer manage it in a country by country basis, but we are involved, of course, with standards that you can deploy in this way or this other way, or the power you can put in different countries, etc. So we are aware of that, but at the end of the day, the customer need to manage it.
Sure, gotcha. Now, obviously, NAB here, 2013. Yeah. Anything new to talk about?
I mean, we actually the takeover is already new. Something. But in the meantime, we have a new product coming out, which is called Futura. It's a new high-end product the main advantage of it is that reduce the cost of operating the system and reducing the power needed. So we call green power. So it decreases actually the consumption by 30%, which is not peanuts, So some countries need that. UK, France are Sweden, want those type of product, and that will also deploy in all countries.
Excellent. And do you have a stand here at NAB?
No, we have a meeting room actually. Okay. Because it was a bit too late to get the booth. But we are present here. You can come and meet us in the other hall.
Brilliant. So if people want to see you, that you have a meeting, you can go and have a sit down and a chat over the coffee.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome.
Yeah. And if people want to find out some more information, is there a website they can go to?
Yeah, absolutely. They can go to thomsonbroadcast.com or arelis.com, which is the mother company of Thomson, actually.
Pascal, thank you very much for coming on and letting us know. That is much appreciated.
Thank you very
Pascal.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
So that is Pascal, and it's amazing the sort of people you can talk to here. So these guys put up the big transmitters. I'm used to little transmitters that go on cameras, and these guys can do a whole country. Right, we have James Gilbert coming up from Pixel Power, and we are going to have a little chat with him. He's getting himself mic'd up now. Just to let you know that over the next 3 days, obviously we've got this live show that we're doing between BST time is 5:15 to around about 6ish, 9:15 a.m. here in Vegas. We will also be doing regular interview slots, which won't be live but pre-recorded throughout the day, and these will be uploaded the following day. So we're going to go and walk the floor today, talk to a load of people, and you will be able to find those interviews tomorrow at broadcastshow.com. everything will be there. So if we haven't talked about it on the live show, I can pretty much guarantee that we'll be talking to somebody you will be interested in throughout the day, and it'll be up there for download on our YouTube channel or broadcastshow.com. In the meantime, let's go to our next guest, which is James Gilbert from Pixel Power. Hi James, good to see you.
Good morning.
Hello. So, welcome to NAB. Did you get caught in the rain a minute ago?
A little bit, just a sprinkle.
I got soaked, absolutely soaked.
An umbrella's not a thing you think to bring to Vegas.
Not even a coat. I mean, yesterday was amazingly hot, but people say that the weather in the UK is unpredictable, but that's amazing. It's NAB. You got yourself a stand here today?
Yes, we got a stand. Our stand turned up this year, which was a lot better than last year's experience.
Right, yes, we heard all about that. So NAB is always the big event really of the year. Anything you're particularly excited to be talking about with people this year at NAB?
Well, I think for us it's about the new methods of content delivery and how we can assist in that process, obviously on the graphics side, which is our core strength.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, better just to give us a quick outline of what Pixel Power do and what you provide.
The heart of our business is graphics. We've been delivering graphic systems for 25 years, and those graphics can be built into integrated playout, studio production, master control, branding, and so on. But what we have new at NAB is the ability to deliver graphics in the file-based domain.
Right, okay, so explain a little bit more about how that works.
Well, rather than working with SDI video, we're working with files. We can take files off a NAM system, off an archive, composite the graphics over the top, and then deliver those files for playout or streaming for other workflows.
Right, so Pixel Power is a software-based solution, isn't it, as far as I understand?
We have hardware products for linear television, but this is the new launch we have at NAB. Pixel On Demand is a pure software-based IP solution.
So how does that work as far as quality? Because obviously people would think that software is, okay, I need a load of hardware to manage these graphics and be able to get high quality graphics. How does that work?
We've put a lot of effort into creating the same quality of graphics, pixel for pixel identical, on our software rendered solutions as we have on our established hardware systems. So you won't see any compromise in quality.
So the advantage obviously going software is, one, I suppose you get upgrades and easy maintenance. Is that how?
I think it gives flexibility, that's the key, particularly for channels which are occasional or new pilot things. You can turn things on and off, you can pay per use. That's the key thing about Pixel On Demand. Right. So you're paying per rendered pixel effectively.
Gotcha.
So it's a new payment model, a new way of working, particularly for playout providers, for new media, multi-screen applications.
Gotcha. So that's the Pixel On Demand. Tell us a little bit about, I think it's Pixel Factory is another system you have?
Yes, Pixel Factory is also a file-based workflow, but that's really designed to extend and enhance a more traditional broadcast workflow by providing file-based graphics for QC, non-linear edit, post-production, web delivery, IPTV. So it complements our hardware product range quite nicely.
And so that's more for your sort of standard non-linear TV workflow is where you would use.
It fits into that, but it enables broadcasters who have that linear workflow to create a non-linear workflow for other delivery mechanisms, so they get their content onto other platforms, IPTV, iPad, iPhone, that kind of thing.
Brilliant. So you've got a nice new fancy stand here.
Yes.
Whereabouts can they find you if they want to come and see you?
We're in the North Hall, just down the main aisle. You'll see us down that aisle on the right-hand side. And we look forward to welcoming people there and showing them what we have new at NAB.
Brilliant. James, thank you. And if people can't make it, what's the best website they can get you on?
Pixelpower.com.
Pixelpower.com. James,
nice
thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Pleasure, as always, talking to you. Thank you very much, James. We've had a chat many times with James, and it's always been good to learn about what they're throwing out each year at these shows, and obviously you can find out more at their website. So I'm just about to find out who we've got coming up next, and the good thing is that we don't have any more guests now because we're coming to the end of the show. It is? Wow, doesn't time fly? I have absolutely no idea what the time was, and I've just realised that we are coming up to the end of the show. thank you very much for watching. We will be walking the floor for the rest of the day, and as I said, they will be up online tomorrow at broadcastshow.com. I want to thank Teradek for providing this brilliant studio that we've got here, and we were their test case for the day, so hopefully everything's gone all okay. We will be back live again tomorrow, 9:15 in Vegas time, 17:15 BST for another 45 minutes of guests. In the meantime, you can continue to watch live coverage at broadcastshow.com/live from this studio. They're going to have people in here all day, so if you want to fancy sticking around and watching that, you can do. In the meantime, from us here at Broadcast Show, we'll see you tomorrow.